Today, once again, marks a milestone in the history of our state. Permit me to begin by thanking our guest lecturer today and congratulating him for a deep and erudite presentation of what I regard as contemporary history of our dear state. If I had a choice, I would have rechristened his lecture after his own name, Mado ABBC, which to me seems like a clarion call on us all not to destroy, especially that which we have built. In the history of Abia State as presented by the author, we have come to acknowledge the dogged fight and efforts of our founding fathers, their commitment, dedication, and vision in crafting this state that is called Abia. So to us, Abia is like a candlelight that was handed over to us by our forebearers, for which we have the onerous task of ensuring that the flame remains aglow. Beyond just keeping the light aglow, we are further challenged to take the light not under a bushel or table, but to the highest pinnacle, mountain top, wherever from where it will shine, to reach each and every citizen of this state, every citizen of Nigeria, Africa, and indeed the world. The task of state building is not an easy one, and it behoves me on this occasion to pay tribute to those that have served Abia in this capacity and other capacities in the past. And when the book of Chronicles will be opened, when all of us will be called upon to give account of our stewardship, incidentally, not account told by us, but by history, our prayer and desire is that we will leave footprints for which history will be fair to us all. Do we have any reason to celebrate today? The answer is yes. Despite the fact that we are not where we would love to be, but it is clear to us that we are certainly not where we were. I am grateful to God for the unity He has blessed us with in Abia between the Speaker of the House of Assembly and the judiciary, and between the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. Abia is also one of the few states that is leading by example, where there is no rancor or quarrel between the incumbent and his predecessor. For all of this, I remain eternally grateful to God Almighty, because it is only in an environment of peace that one can contemplate socio-economic development. An environment fraught with rancor and bickering cannot be solid enough to engender meaningful socio-economic development. I want to say a few things with the opportunity given to me today. The first one is to say that in terms of infrastructure, there is a huge infrastructural gap beckoning for attention in Abia, especially given the position of Abia as a multi-city state, with Ohofia, Umuahia, Aba in the immediate, begging and clamoring for attention simultaneously, and other fledgling cities Also beckoning for attention to the express at the other end of our area because of two notorious spots, one at Amikone and the other one at Ukumango. Successive administrations made attempts on those spots without any success. It got to a point when our people began to imagine that there was a shrine or juju at Ukumango that made it impossible for anybody to find a solution. It also took the expertise and mastery of Citraco to ensure that that juju that was at Ukumango has become a thing of history. That road is an ongoing construction, and I'm sure that by the time we finish from that road, like Abaro de Nomuahia, no leader in future will come back for any kind of maintenance with the resources of Abia. This is my way of saying that even on roads that we have had to deploy grade B contractors, most of them, like Osusu Road in Abia, which is ongoing, we have chosen to use our very pioneering effort called the rigid cement pavement technology. Casting 9 inches of concrete with BRC and finishing it with asphalt. This is the only way we think that for sections of a road that had stood under the rain and puddle of water for 16 years, that there is no device that you can use to do that construction unless you deploy cement rigid technology. Our strategy may be slow. Our strategy may indeed seem very, very slow. But I want to apologize because I have a mindset, and my mindset is that I don't believe in palliatives. It's either I do it and get it right at first approximation, or I don't even do it. So how do I want to be remembered? I would want Abia to remember me as somebody who did not all the roads, but whose roads, the few he did, are standing the test of time. This is the only way that I can ensure that the man that will come after me will now build on the infrastructural stock that I have done, going into other roads that I may not have touched for the benefit of Ndabia. Because should I do a shoddy job and have him to come back to the roads that I have done, then what we would have done at that time would have been to mark time rather than to move forward. So I want to urge Ndabia to be a little patient with me, because I'm sure that this is a divine mandate, because I know the circumstances under which I came upon this station of service. I want to assure you that at the end of the day, it will end in praise. Dr. M.Y. Okpara, I celebrate Barrister Jaja Wachukwu. I celebrate Professor Inin Joko. I celebrate Dr. Anaghezi. I celebrate Professor J.C. Ogbonnaya. I celebrate Dr. Idika Aidika. I celebrate Professor Maga. I celebrate Dr. George Wigwe. I even celebrate Dr. Lenama of today. I celebrate Chief Emeka Owoka. I have reason to celebrate. I celebrate even for the people that are in this room today. I celebrate the little girl Nora, who won the second national prize as the best startup entrepreneur in Nigeria, all the way from a rural enclave in Abia, being propelled by our effort to promote SME. Luckily, she was one of those that we took to China for capacity building. I celebrate our West African Examination Council champions that have won the first position in Nigeria back-to-back for 4 times. I celebrate our shoe and garment artisans that have placed Abia as SME capital of Nigeria. I celebrate the fact that we shall no longer in Abia do roads without drainage. I celebrate this Abia, the first free trade zone in the southeastern part of Nigeria. I celebrate Abia. I celebrate you all. May God bless us with a better future. Thank you very much for listening.